Thank you for joining us live Oscar Sunday. We are here, popcorn for breakfast, to give you everything you need to get prepped for the big show. Like I said, it's Oscar Sunday. We are T-minus 29 minutes away from the big program starting. And with me, as always, is my partner in crime, Mr. Kirk.
Hello, hello.
What's going on, Kirk? How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm just practicing my next career as a sign flipper with these this movie sign and this popcorn sign because I'm so pumped to be a part of this. So pumped to be excited that it's 3 months past and it's Oscar night. It's unbelievable. It's our Christmas. That's what it is.
That's right. This is I think I said it the last episode. This is the Super Bowl. This is the movie Super Bowl. We're here. It's Oscar Sunday, and they're doing the red carpet. I got the show pulled up right next to me here. They're doing the red carpet. People are there, real people. I haven't seen a mask yet. It's starting to feel like real life again. So I'm excited for the show. This is really the only big award show that I get fired up about. I love the glitz. I love the showmanship. No host again this year, Kirk. I want to know, are you a fan of the no host shows ever since they switched to that?
No, I think there needs to be a host. I think there really needs to be.
Man. I miss it. I feel like Ellen DeGeneres was like the GOAT host, and I know she had some tough stuff going on with the PR from a PR perspective, but still she was such a good host. Or maybe like Billy Crystal did a good job. Chris Rock, didn't Chris Rock host it? He did a good job.
He has, yeah. The SAG Awards a couple of years ago, they kind of kickstarted this probably in 2019 or 2018, where they didn't have a host, and then Eugene Levy and Dan Levy ended up basically being the host without being titled as the host. And I was like, dude, just let them host everything. Like, they were incredible at that. So there definitely needs to be a host. It doesn't have to be extreme, but give us a host. Just give us someone to rely on.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel you there. But it should be a good show nonetheless. We got lots of good presenters lined up. Lots of interesting picks for original song, including Husavik from Eurovision Song Contest, which is amazing. That's going to be electric when that hits the stage. I cannot wait. And 2020, obviously people are probably tired of hearing those numbers, but 2020 has been an interesting year all across the board, but in film as well. It's been interesting. No big blockbuster releases. I've been sort of referring to this as the year of the indie film, and I feel like that is sort of reflected in the nominations this year. Kirk, when you look back at the year 2020 in film, is there something that sticks out to you, like maybe a theme, or is there a movie that sticks out? Like, what is it that is going to stick with you past 2020 in terms of film?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that happened to us within the past year, of all things, was the death of Chadwick Boseman, and he is obviously nominated tonight for Best Picture. I'm sorry, for Best Actor, and he is the 8th person to receive this nomination posthumously. So I'm really looking to see. His performance was out of this world. He would have been nominated either way. It's a fantastic performance, so I'm really watching that tonight. That's my biggest storyline I'm looking at.
Yeah, I think for me, and looking back with Chad, it's I'm worried. I'm worried that people are going to come out and say things like, well, like they did with Heath Ledger, like, oh, if he hadn't passed away, he wouldn't have won the award. Let me tell you right now, if anybody says that in years past, they'll be exposing themselves as people who never watched that performance, because it is a masterclass. We talked about it when we reviewed Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. It's an unbelievable performance. He really steals the show, and I think it's. We'll get to who should win and who will win, but I think that if he does win, it will be an appropriate end cap on his career. I really do feel that way, because I feel like that performance really captures his entire essence as a performer and who he is as an artist. So, I'm sure that will be an emotional, that'll be an emotional time with Chad, and obviously they'll honor him in memoriam as we expect, but also if he goes on to win Best Actor, obviously it will be a very touching moment. So we'll be watching for that. For me, when I look back at 2020, I mean, it is the year of the indie film, but if you look at the awards circuit, I feel like it's the year for diversity in awards too. I mean, we've been kind of saying for years, whenever Oscars So White happened, it was a big deal. And what people kind of were talking about at that time was like, no, it's on the producers, it's on the people who make the movies, who do the casting, who do the, picking the director and all of that. It's on them to find talent, diverse talent, and to look outside of the lens. And I feel like, not too long after, we're seeing a really good diverse group of talented people represented here. When I look at Chloe Zhao, I mean, she's incredible. She's the director of Nomadland, and she is nominated 4 times tonight for producing Nomadland, directing it, writing it, and editing it. And that's the first time a woman has ever been nominated in all 4 categories. She's also the first woman of color to be nominated for Best Director. So that's huge. You look at Emerald Fennell, another woman nominated for Best Director. This is the first movie she's made. This is the first feature film she's made and goes straight to the Oscars. This is going to be incredible. And then obviously in the acting category, you've got Steven Yeun and Riz Ahmed, the first time that 2 Asian American or 2 actors of Asian descent have gotten nominated for that award. So this is a big win, I think, for diversity. The Academy looked at the way they're doing things, and they said it's time to take a look and change things. And I think a lot of people were concerned that we don't want to impact the integrity of the nominations and the awards. But I think if you look back at the slate of films that we got this year, they got it right. I think more so than in years past, a lot of times you look at the list and you're like, oh man, there's some snubs there. But you look at this year, I think for the most part, they got it right. What do you think?
Right. With the people who were snubbed, we talked extensively about Da 5 Bloods,
sure,
and a couple other films right out the gate when these nominations came in. But overall, to as far as the diversity spread, we've got that this year that we haven't had before, and I don't think it would have been possible any other year. We had a very giant global cultural shift on top of just an American one with this pandemic, and all of that fed into this, because what is art if it's not reflecting the world around us? So
absolutely.
We saw that just get interjected. These movies that maybe we wouldn't have seen for like 3-4 years after they got produced and released, that sometimes and usually happens, they got put front and center to our streaming devices, and they got nominated therefore because of it. So definitely availability has been huge for these items as well.
Accessibility, for sure.
And so exciting. So I think it's a big night for all involved in that. So
yeah, I'm really hoping that with the nominations hitting so many of the films in that indie, category, even more so than usual, which indie usually is well represented at the Oscars, with a few big winners. But with people being stuck at home and with all these indie films being nominated and people being able to go to Amazon and say, click, I want to watch that, I'm hoping that it reinvigorates that genre. And when theaters go back open widely, that people will say, well, I want to see the big blockbusters, but also these indie films are cool. I want to go check out the smaller theaters. I want to go check out the landmark theaters. I want to, see those kind of movies. So that's what I'm hoping for, because I think it's good for film to have a nice mix there.
Absolutely.
Well, Kirk, it's going to be a huge night. It always is. And even with 2020, this night doesn't feel like it's lost its luster at all. And even though we're missing some of the big blockbusters, I still feel like we have an incredible slate of films that are up for nominations tonight. So I want to do something here. I want to talk through all the big awards categories, the acting categories, and then obviously Best Picture. And I want to talk about who you think should win in each category and who you think will win, and then I will follow suit there.
Wait. You get to I go first at every one of these?
We can switch. We can alternate. Yeah, let's alternate.
Let's alternate.
Okay, all right. That's fair. So we're going to go category by category through the big ones, the acting awards, the Best Picture, all of them. And I'm going to give you the nominees, and then I want to know who will win and who should win in whatever order you think is best. Okay. Let's start off in the Best Supporting category. This will be if tradition follows, this will be the first category that is read tonight: Best Supporting Actor and Best Supporting Actress. So in the Best Supporting Actor category, here are the nominees: Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah, Lakeith Stanfield for Judas and the Black Messiah, Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami, Paul Raci for Sound of Metal, and Sacha Baron Cohen for The Trial of the Chicago 7. Kirk, I want to know who should win and who will win out of that group.
before I give my pick, I think we should throw some applause underneath you with some like regal music because it sounded like you were the presenter.
I
like
know.
at
I got
the
to
actual
say,
ceremony.
I got to say, here are the nominees, and I got goosebumps for a
Yes.
second there.
I loved it. I was like, "Ooh, let's go, let's go." So, who will win? I think this definitely goes to Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah. I think he's the obvious choice. He's the front runner for this one. But who should win? I teeter between him because he gives an all-star performance, as well as Sacha Baron Cohen for the Trial of the Chicago 7 because he's incredible. I rewatched that again the other night with my
Yeah.
wife Aubrey, and he just gives a stellar performance through and through from beat one to the final one. So going with Daniel, and maybe Sasha can pull it out as well.
Yeah, good picks. I think for me, when I look at who will win, I'm going to agree with you, Daniel Kaluuya. And this is a tricky one because at the Globes, if you remember, they split the awards because it was split into comedy or musical and then drama. I think Daniel Kaluuya took the big award there. And I got to go with Daniel Kaluuya should win too. I think he will win, and I think he should win. This is a very traditional Smash Mouth acting performance. It's big, it's transformative, it's loud. I think he was brilliant. I think he's a young guy. He's in his early 30s, and I think he's gonna transform the game before he's all said and done. So, good picks there. Let's move over to the Best Supporting Actress category, and I will read the nominees to you now. Amanda Seyfried for Mank, Glenn Close for Hillbilly Elegy, Maria Bakalova for Borat subsequent movie film, Olivia Colman for The Father, and Ye Jung-yoon for Minari. Kirk, I'll actually, you know what? I'll go.
Your turn.
I'll be fair. This to me is a really tough category. I think most of the women in this category are extremely deserving. I'm going to go with will win. I'm going with Maria Bakalova. I think she's going to pull it off. The young 24-year-old in Borat. I just think she's a captivating talent. She's one that certainly captures attention whenever people, see her on screen. She's got just an amazing draw to her, and I think she won over the Academy this time. I really just think it's that type of performance, and that she will walk away with the award, which will be an amazing accomplishment. But who should win? I'm going with Ye Jung-yoon from Minari. Grandma Bunja. I thought she was stellar. I think the level of difficulty on the performance that she had to pull off is extremely hard. For a good portion of the movie, or a good portion of her scenes, she's acting opposite young Alan Kim, who plays David, who's a child, and she just brings him along on the journey and really is that savvy veteran acting performance. So I got to go with Ye Jung-yoon. I fell in love with her in that movie, so I think she should win.
Also rewatched Minari with my wife again, and dude, the grandma, she is the best. You're talking about the biggest story arc, character arc. She destroys that role in every facet of it. So I'm going to go with will win for her and should win both out the bat. Even though, we can cross off Glenn Close isn't going to win. Olivia Colman probably won't win, but
I don't think she will, just because that performance is not big enough. Even for supporting for Olivia Colman. So
right. But I will say, I said it early on, Amanda Seyfried in that performance of Mank, the best we've ever seen her. The absolute best we've ever seen her.
I think she's the sleeper for sure.
Yeah. And Maria Bakalova, everyone knows the very frightening things she went through on set for that film. So, but I still gotta vote for Grandma Ye Jung-yoon over in Minari. Let's go.
Yeah, love it. All right, let's move over to the lead acting categories, and I want to start with Best Actor in a Leading Role. The nominees, and this is a stacked category as always: Anthony Hopkins for The Father, Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Gary Oldman for Mank, Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal, and Steven Yeun for Minari. Kirk, I want to know who should win and who will win.
Yeah. I'm going to go with who will win, Chadwick Boseman. The story I'm following tonight, the biggest one. Again, his performance out of this world. He deserves it all. And I want to twist the should win to might win as the possibility if it doesn't get there. So Chadwick all the way. If it's not him, I think it's going to be Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal, because that film really just snuck up on me. And the title of the movie, Riz Ahmed's beautiful, perfect eyes, and his incredible acting performance, the technical performance that he had to put on to learn ASL and dive into the deaf community and just really take that on. It's got to be him if it's not Chadwick.
Yeah, I think it's a great choice. I'm going in a different direction. For Will Win, I'm also going with Chadwick Boseman. I do think he gave the best performance. But I'm going to follow suit with you and go with might win for instead of should win in this category. And for me, it's Anthony Hopkins in The Father. What a story it would be. What a story it would be for Anthony Hopkins to win the big award almost 30 years after having done so for Silence of the Lambs. This performance, dude, in The Father is incredible. It blew my mind. And so if anybody has an outside chance at Chadwick, it's Anthony Hopkins. And I don't think he'll come away with it, but what an accomplishment to even be nominated again 30 years after the first time he won. So that's a great storyline to follow too.
Beautiful choice.
All right, let's move over to the Best Actress category. Our nominees in this category are Andra Day for The United States versus Billie Holiday, Carey Mulligan for Promising Young Woman, Frances McDormand for Nomadland, Vanessa Kirby for Pieces of a Woman, and Viola Davis for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I think that for Will Win, I'm going with Carey Mulligan in Promising Young Woman because this is a performance where it's her show. You know, this is her thing, and it's, you know, people have compared it to Joaquin Phoenix and Joker, who he obviously won the big award last year in a very similar movie where he's driving everything that goes on in the movie, every single thing, with obviously good performances from Zazie Beetz. And I feel like in this case, Bo Burnham is the Zazie Beetz if this is the Joker parallel. But I just really feel like Carey Mulligan's performance, it speaks for itself. And I think she will win, but for should win, I got to go with Viola Davis, man. She had not very much screen time, so it's kind of surprising. It actually kind of speaks to how great of a performance she gave that she is lead actress, because that movie is short and she's not on screen the whole time or even the majority of the time. And she kills it because she's Viola Davis, and she has a chance to become the first African-American actor to win 2 Academy Awards for acting. So that would be a huge accomplishment. And I think it's well-deserved for Viola.
Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. I've got to go with who will win tonight. I'm basically flip-flopped on you. I think Viola's going to win. I think that performance was powerful enough. What you said about the runtime, I think they added up her runtime in comparison with 2 other of tonight's nominees in there, and their combined runtime was it was something crazy. I got to look it up. This is fantastic recording. I hope you all enjoy the statistics that I don't have.
Yeah, you're just dropping knowledge on us.
But listen, Viola Davis has minimal time in that movie, and everyone else just trumped her with that. So I will say that Viola's going to win, but I really, really, really believe that Vanessa Kirby should win for her performance in Pieces of a Woman. The thing that will work against her is that it came out too early. That's what's always the weirdest thing about this. Like, I don't think Mank will win that many awards tonight because
I think that's why Da 5 Bloods got snubbed. I really do. Right.
It's all about the release time, which is crazy because then you look back like 10 years from now, you're like, why didn't that win? Like, what's going on?
The recency effect, man. It happens. People
forget. It's that simple. But Vanessa Kirby all the way should win this because what a performance. What a performance.
Yep. I agree. And you, like I said, in the Best Actor and Best Actress category this year, kind of like many years, you really can't go wrong. Whoever wins, I'm going to be like, awesome, right choice. You know, I'm not gonna lose my hat about any of it. So, okay, 2 big awards left, and I want to get your take on this, Kirk. There's basically 2 schools of thought on this. There's a lot of people out there who say whoever wins Best Director, that movie has to win Best Picture because the director is over everything. It's their creative vision. They're the one making the minor tweaks, etc. But there are other people saying no. You can be the best director technically, and there can be a better movie. I want to know what your take is on that before we dive in.
That area is very gray. That is very gray. I think my general belief is that if you win Best Picture, you should win Best Director. There's a very fine line for how that changes. I think we saw a lot of that last year with technicality versus narrative. But this year, all of these stories nominated for Best Picture, are narrative. They really are. They really are. Even though, let's say, Trial of Chicago 7 probably had the biggest budget, and Mank, they probably had the biggest budgets out of all of these films right here, just at a glance. I don't know if that's true.
That's
Again,
probably true.
Great statistics I'm giving out tonight. But I got to say that they're all on a pretty similar playing field. And that's where I see this going tonight. That for sure, of all years, it should be Best Picture, Best Director, a line. And that's how I'm going to vote tonight as well.
Yeah, man, I used to be firmly in the school of thought of whatever wins Best Picture should win Best Director. But, I kind of go with whatever has the best story, the most iconic story should win Best Picture if it's done effectively, and Best Director should go to technical skills and be left at that, because I think it was difficult last year, but like if Sam Mendes had won Best Director last year and Parasite had still won Best Picture, I would have been like, yeah, I get that. And that was probably the first time that I ever really felt that way. I mean, I'm glad that Bong Joon-ho won for
7 awards.
Both. I mean, he was killing it last year. He was all over the place. But I think I think that was the year that made me change my tune, and I feel like you could go a different direction with these two.
Well, Cam, I feel like you baited me on that. And,
no, I didn't.
You wanted to say the exact opposite. That's how I feel.
I didn't know what you were going to say. I didn't know.
I can't trust you, and it's my turn to go first. So listen up.
Here we go. Best Director category. The nominees are Chloe Zhao for Nomadland, David Fincher for Mank, Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman, Lee Isaac Chung for Minari, and Thomas Vinterberg for Another Round.
Sticking to my guns. Who should win? Lee Isaac Chung for Minari.
Should win.
And will win. Just
and
like
will,
that.
And will win. Okay.
No
like
question.
It.
No question.
All right. Well, I think we should point out Nomadland, and this happens every year. Every year at the Oscars, there is a heavy, heavy favorite going into the awards. And this year, that favorite is Nomadland. It's scooped up the most awards up till now. It looks like the heavy favorite. It did really well at the Globes. So the Oscars has bucked the curve a little bit over the last few years, going against the grain and picking, again, best narrative over best technical skills. So that could have an opportunity to see a film like Minari take the cake. For me, best director, I'm going with should win. I'm going with Lee Isaac Chung for Minari. Will win. I'm going with Chloe Zhao. I think Chloe Zhao wins it. I think she has a big night tonight. I think she has a big night. I think she may. Well, let's talk about Best Picture before we talk about overall predictions. The final category, Best Picture, and this will be what they end the show with. Let's talk about our nominees. There are 8 this year: Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, Minari, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, The Father, and The Trial of the Chicago 7. For should win, I'm going with Minari. I think Minari is the best story. I think it is. I think it's the movie that I will remember from this year. I think it's the one that will stick with me. It was the best movie that I personally saw in 2020/early 2021, and I think it has a chance. I think it has a real shot at the upset victory tonight over Nomadland. But I think Nomadland's going to take it, and I think Chloe Zhao is going to have a big night. I think she could potentially walk home with all 4 awards that she's nominated for. But I'm going with Minari should win, Nomadland will win for Best Picture.
That's brutal. That's brutal, because you know my feelings on Nomadland, and I just want to say that I think Chloe Zhao is a fantastic director. I think what she did with that film, it's absolutely gorgeous. Just all in all, well done. And I think that she is the perfect pick for Disney and Marvel's Eternals, and I think it's going to be fantastic. I just think should and will needs to be Minari tonight, because I've not seen a movie like that in a long time, where it's just perfect. It just really is, start to finish. There's so many different things going on that don't seem overwhelming, and it's got to be Minari for me.
Yeah, I like the pick. I mean, I would be thrilled. I would be thrilled if Minari won. I will be equally happy if Nomadland wins. I think what's interesting is we both identified Minari, and neither of us identified The Trial of the Chicago 7, which, based on what I read and things that I look at, that's being viewed as the largest upset threat over Nomadland is the Trial of the Chicago 7. How do
Sure.
you feel about the Trial of the Chicago 7's chances tonight to win the big award?
I think it would 100% be the underdog. I just rewatched it, and upon rewatch, I thought it was a better film the second time I watched it. Like, it's really well done. Its exposition is out of this world. Obviously, it's Aaron Sorkin. He can speak no wrong. Like, everything is explained, and themes, and the chosen actors. It's just so smooth as well. I'm fine if it wins things, but I need Minari to win. But I'm fine if it maybe wins things. If it comes close, maybe. We'll see.
All right. Yeah. Here's my thing. Here's what's giving it away for me. We got one acting award for the Trial of the Chicago 7. One. And it was not nominated for Best Director, which I think was the right choice. So I think its whole runner-up position, I think it's actually Minari that's in the runner-up seat. And I think that if anything's going to upset, like I said, I think it's going to be Minari. But I feel like Nomadland has a good shot. And granted, the favorite has not panned out the last few years at the Oscars, but I feel like this could be the year and that Nomadland will have a big night. We will see. Will it be Nomadland, Minari, something else? I don't know. We are officially 3.5 minutes away from the show starting, so we are going to scoot on out of here. But a couple of things that I want to leave you guys with. First of all, we are going to be keeping everything up to date on our Twitter page. If you look down, there's a banner below me that says what our Twitter handle is. Go there and follow us if you aren't already. We'll be tweeting out every winner. We'll be tweeting thoughts about the show, reactions, all of that stuff. We'll be coming to you there from Twitter first. It'll be the fastest way to get the updates from us. 2, you can join our Discord server. I expect there will be some conversation going on in Discord tonight as we watch the Academy Awards. Again, the link to our Discord server is in the description. It's really easy. Just click the link. They'll walk you through it, and you can chat with us in real time on Discord. Kirk and I will be available the whole time we're watching the show, so it's going to be a good time.
And Cameron's phone number is 618.
Yeah, just give out the phone number. It's going to be a big night. We will come to you immediately following the show. I mean, give us like 5 minutes to run to where we need to run to, but we will be coming to you with reactions, and we'll be dropping that reaction show as a podcast coming up this week. So we will make sure you get all of our thoughts and reactions. We are 2 minutes away, so it is time to check in with the Oscars. We are going to run and go watch it. If you guys need anything, we'll be on Twitter. Follow us there. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and we will catch you guys after the show. Listen to our original music by Rhetoric, and we'll see you guys at 10 p.m. tonight.
Enjoy the show.